All right, we are into the final question for this week, and the question is: are religious texts the OG version of self-help books? Let's get right into it.
All right. So think about why religion evolved and how it evolved, right? So human beings first discovered fire. I mean, this is a controversial topic, so I'm going to ask you guys to agree to whatever I'm saying. If you don't agree, say you don't agree. Do you agree that at some point human beings discovered fire?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So what happened after that is that the ability to cook your food with fire meant that humans could get a lot more calories with a lot less effort. So when that happened, that is what made humans capable of finding leisure time in a way that other primates were not. And in that leisure time, they developed language, they developed culture, they developed new ways to cooperate with other humans. And over a period of time, that shaped human evolution to bring about the civilization that we have today. Agreed so far?
Yeah.
So part of what humans did with all the free time they had was that they tried to answer questions about themselves, about the world around them. Why do things happen the way they happen? And that is how finding an explanation to that is how religion came about. So religion comes from the Latin root word religio, and that uh, essentially goes back to the old Roman religion and their ways of rituals and doing things the right way. So most religious traditions began as animistic traditions, as nature worshipping traditions. So people worshipped the sun, they worshipped various elements, they believed that volcanic eruptions were punishments from the gods for their sins and so on. The reason is they had to have a way of explaining their own lack of agency in life. So if something happens that they cannot explain, the not knowing was something that people found difficult to live with. And so they invented explanations. They came up with new ways to explain it. I mean, this is how science also evolved, right? So it all comes down to people wanting to understand the world. And one of the things that people really struggle to understand and deal with is death. And especially other people die. Because you know you will die at some point, but you're not around to see it. But when people around you die, how do you make sense of that? How do you find meaning in that? And religion has always been a quest to find meaning in life. So different religions have different ideas of what happens in the afterlife, what constitutes a good life, a well-lived life, and things like that. And these have been ways to help people deal with the impermanence of life. And for thousands and thousands of years, religious texts have given people solace in times of adversity and strife. When things go wrong, it gives people hope that there is a better future, that there is something to work towards. Besides that, it also gives people a sense of common identity with others. It gives them a language to discuss these things with, which they did not have before the advent of religion. So in that way, it binds people together across various other divides. In that sense, religion came up as a way to help people help themselves. The rise of religious texts is a more recent phenomenon in human history. So it's been around for a little over 3,000 years. And this has meant that religions have become much more organized and philosophical debates have become much more intense and nuanced compared to earlier traditions that were more primitive. And in doing that, these books have also helped shape societies become what they have become today. Then, of course, some religions died out and other religions became much more popular over the course of history. And at some point, religion became a way to unite kingdoms. So everyone within a particular kingdom had a certain religion. Then, of course, there was the Renaissance, the Enlightenment period, and then religion became something of a private affair in many parts of the world. So it became about what you personally believe in, as opposed to a more public faith with the state having a much bigger role in it. Then came the idea that there should be some sort of spiritual diversity in democracy, where people should be free to believe whatever they want to believe, so long as they're not hurting anyone else. The Karl Popper's paradox, right? So a tolerant society can tolerate anything except the intolerant. So that framework is a much more recent phenomenon. And so people still turn to religion to find meaning, to find answers, to find hope when they are lacking it. But the way it has been used throughout history has kept changing and kept evolving with the times. And religions themselves have always kept evolving with the times to meet the needs of people, which is why I think even though there are plenty of atheists in the world, there will always be a need for religion as long as we lack a convincing explanation for what makes up consciousness and a lot of other questions about the universe and death and things like that, which currently science cannot explain. So we're always going to look for explanations, and those explanations are found in religion.
Very, very comprehensive answer. And I just have a simpler answer as yes, religious texts are the original self-help books. It's a way to organize people in groups to behave in ways that weren't destructive to society. So yes, they were self-help books. Think about things like the Vedas in Hinduism or the Eightfold Path in Buddhism. Those are very, very analogous to self-help books in terms of here's what you should do. Thou shalt not kill others in Christianity. Like there are ways they try to help you live a good life and without you hurting yourself or others. So yeah, they are definitely the original self-help books, and they've done a good job. Look at how strong Christianity is today. Does any self-help author have that kind of following? Not just Christianity, other religions too. All of them do it. Well, that was a really good discussion we had about religion and self-help overall this entire week. We hope you had a good time. If you have any other topics you'd like us to talk about, or you enjoyed the videos, let us know. And we'll see you in the next one tomorrow.
Oh, you're still here? Well, thanks for getting to the end of the video. Hey, while you're still here, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get new updates when we post videos. Also, make sure to check out these equally exciting videos as well. Have you pressed it yet? Come on, you have 5 seconds left. 3, 2, press it now!